Okay, great. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our third annual State of the University event. My name is Jamie Hicks Furgang. I'm the Assistant Vice President for Development and Alumni Engagement, and I'm thrilled to be here with you tonight. This is such an exciting night. We've had so much energy and enthusiasm around our State of the University events, and we're so glad to be with you and share the good news of Excelsior University. So I want to pass it over to Mackenzie Veglia, who will take us through some of the logistics for the night, and then we'll get started.
Thanks,
Mackenzie?
Jamie. Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Mackenzie Baglia. I'm the Alumni and Development Program Specialist. If you've joined us for some of our webinars in the past, you probably know me. Thank you so much for joining tonight. We are so honored to have with us our Alumni Leadership Council President, Tony Spearman Leach, President David Schejbal, and Chief Academic Officer and Provost, Christopher Kassir, who will each speak tonight, as well as Aaron Kufal, Chief Communications Officer for Excelsior University. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We're so excited to share some really exciting updates with all of you. Before we begin, I do want to ask everyone to please hold any questions that you might have until the end of the presentation. We will have a Q&A section, so we just ask at that time that you use the designated Q&A function on Zoom. Just makes it easier so that I can catch all of those great questions that you might have for us. All right, without further ado, I'm going to kick it over to Tony Spearman Leach. Thank you so much.
Well, hello, everyone. I am Tony Spearman Leach, and I am very honored to serve you as the president of the Excelsior University Alumni Association. There are several members of the Excelsior University Alumni Leadership Council that are also online, and I invite each one of them to identify themselves in the chat so that you will know who your Alumni Leadership Council members are. I am so pleased to be a fellow alum with you and what is an outstanding international and national gem. I noticed that as many of you were giving your greetings, that we actually have alums who are actually from the United Arab Emirates who are on this evening's webinar. So if you want to know that Excelsior University has impact that is global, look at who is joining you in this wonderful celebration of our State of the University. We are so pleased to say that we are offering you and our current students an outstanding connection into a community of wealth, a community of knowledge, a community of connection. We are pleased to have you here with us this evening. As you all know, this is our third State of the University event. It is a tradition that we use to bring you into our family and to help you celebrate all of the great accomplishments, not only that we have done during this past year, but also all of those upcoming opportunities that President Schejbal and Provost Kassir are going to share with you. This is a moment to be joyous. This is a moment to be uplifting, and I can share with you through the personal insights that I have gained in serving you as your Alumni Association president. The university is in great health, and we are moving forward with phenomenal momentum. So I do want to acknowledge that we have celebrated Excelsior University's Charter Day yesterday on April 9th, and sharing your enthusiasm and your engagement with the university was your own Alumni Leadership Council First Vice President, Ruth Lown Turman. And we are also, as you received your recent newsletter, celebrating with you the opportunity to get your own Excelsior University pennant as we celebrate our founding in 1971. And you get that pennant with a $19.71 gift. It supports our scholarships, it supports our programs, it supports making sure we have more alumni who want to advance their lives just as you have, and so we can pay it forward through supporting each other. There are things that we really need to celebrate as we have these great milestones coming up. You are probably all aware that we are getting ready to cheer on our 200,000th alumni. Yes, this commencement would see us have 200,000 Excelsior University alumni. This is a major accomplishment, and it couldn't have been done without you. As a matter of fact, if you think about our growth since 1971 and going from associate's degrees and bachelor's degrees to then entering into the world of master's degrees, and now looking at the future of offering terminal doctorate degrees, we have become a spectacular international and national jewel. I thank you for all the enthusiasm and support that you've given the university. I want you to know also that we want to celebrate all of the great professional achievements that we have had. We have one of the best engineering programs in the nation. We know we offer the best opportunities in nursing. We have an amazing array of opportunities in the liberal arts programs. Think about all that Excelsior University brings you and your community, and we do something that no one else does as well as we do. We bring you a flexible education, an affordable education that really connects with you where you are, meets you in the time that you need to be met, and actually supports you as you need to be supported. This is your university. This is your community. This is your education. And God knows when we celebrate this 200,000th alumni who will cross that graduation aisle, this is your accomplishment. I want to thank you. I want to thank you all for what you have done with us. One of the things we really do want to reflect on is, why do we exist? What is the mission and vision of Excelsior University? Remember, we as a team, you and I, have joined with the Excelsior University staff, faculty, and leadership team to provide an accessible, affordable, and high-quality education to the diverse learners that become part of our Excelsior University family. I want to remind you of that. Think about all of the challenges that you have encountered in trying to complete your educational journey. Think about all of the personal accomplishments that you have made as you have pursued and are completing this educational journey. Think about where this journey has taken you, others who have gone through Excelsior University, and those who are current students and where it will lead them. I really want to thank you for providing accessible, affordable, and a high, I would even say superior quality education to our diverse community of students, faculty, alumni. It couldn't be done without you. Also, I want to really refocus this in on our vision. And our vision is to empower students to achieve their academic and professional goals through innovative and flexible learning opportunities. Note what we emphasize here as our vision here in Excelsior University. We are innovative, we are adaptive, we are flexible. And all of you that have recently had to complete homework, recently had to turn in papers, can remember what it was like to go through your Excelsior University program with examinations. You know how flexible and adaptive we've had to be to get to where we are, and we know how we've had to advise our fellow students in joining us in our successes. So tonight, we are going to look at the university's plans for future growth and development. Tonight, we are going to talk about all of those opportunities that we offer you as alumni and as current students. These are opportunities to elevate you, to elevate our community, to elevate our university. So think about what we offer you as an Excelsior University student and alumnus. We have a series of podcast sessions that are offered by alumni, that are offered by university partners. They are some of the most well-attended, informative, and instrumental opportunities for supplementing your academic coursework at Excelsior University and your current professional endeavors at work. I'm pleased to share with you that we will be doing more of these Excelsior on the Road events where we're going to meet you where you are. No, you don't have to come to the university. You don't have to come to us always online. You don't have to come to us in Albany all the time. No, we can come and join you in our community. And President Schejbal is going to tell you more about that. But I want you to know we will see you in the Cincinnati tri-state region, which is Northern Kentucky, the Cincinnati region, and Indiana. We will see you on April 30th at the end of this month. I want you to know that we will also be looking forward to seeing you at our annual meeting on June 11th. So there's so many opportunities for you to really get engaged with the university, and we want you to know we're going to come to you so you can be a part of this tight community family. Excelsior University is an ever upward family, and I am so proud to have you be a part of our community. Finally, I would like to invite you all to help us celebrate trying to raise $200,000 in funds for the 200,000 graduates that we will be celebrating. You know, it's one of those things that how do we help maintain this resource as an affordable, accessible education? It's only done with you. And I know that it is difficult to sometimes determine where's the best place to put your, your spare change. Sometimes where's the best place to put that spare dollar or two that you have. But I will say this, paying it forward is an experience that pays back in spades. Giving the opportunity to an adult learner, giving the opportunity to an aspiring nurse, giving the opportunity to the next generation of engineers, giving the opportunity to our next series of business leaders and liberal arts students. Knowing that I am making sure with you as my partner that we are putting our resources together to create excellence in the future in the workplace, as our neighbors, as we need new national leaders. I can't do it alone. You can't do it alone, but together we are like a mighty waterfall. Every dollar comes together, every nickel comes together, every penny comes together. And if we just take that spare change, we are going to make a mountain out of our grains of sand. So please join us in advancing our work at Excelsior University and making it continue to be the most innovative, the most affordable, the most accessible and flexible educational opportunity that we can share. So finally, if you haven't felt my enthusiasm and my pride in being an Excelsior University alum, I don't know how you missed it. There is no place that brings me greater joy than to celebrate with you, Excelsior University. So I want to thank you. I want to thank you for joining us this evening, for being a part of the our State of the University event. The university has never been in greater shape. I am so proud of the leader that we have who has taken us to this point. He is an outstanding, phenomenal, insightful, and visionary man. Our president, David Schejbal, I cannot say enough good things about. The future is bright, folks. And President Schejbal and his leadership team are going to take us to ever upward, new heights. And so I would like to thank you and now turn everything over to our outstanding leader, our amazing president, David Schejbal.
Thank you, Tony. I don't know if I deserve that, but I have to tell you, I wish you were a little more enthusiastic. We'll have to have a conversation about that. So thank you very much for that kind introduction and for really getting us going here. We are all very excited about Excelsior and love this institution, truly love this institution, and really want to make it much, much better. It has an incredible history, as you all know, and we're all very proud of the place. So thank you, Tony. Thank you to the entire Alumni Leadership Council. Thank you to our outstanding Board of Trustees, staff, faculty, students, and of course, our alumni. So let me just make a few remarks. I'm going to turn it over to Chris after that, and hopefully we'll have a little bit of time for some Q&A. Love to answer your questions, receive your comments, and just hear what you're thinking. So as you all know, Excelsior was founded more than 50 years ago to make the transformative power of education available to everybody. That was our mission then, and it remains our mission today. Our mission and values are as solid as they were when the institution was founded. Now, Excelsior has gone through several important evolutionary epochs. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the history, first, Excelsior started out as the Regents External Degree Program. It then evolved into Regents College. And in the late 1990s, it became Excelsior College. And then in 2022, we became Excelsior University. So we've had some name changes, and those changes weren't just the names of the institution. They also had significant impact on the institution, and our current iteration as Excelsior University is no less important and no less impactful than some of the previous changes. And our work as a comprehensive university is just starting. Our academic leadership team and faculty are doing great work strengthening the curriculum and expanding educational programs. And Chris Cassier, our provost, is going to tell you more about that here in a few minutes. In summer 2024, we launched 2 new bachelor's degrees, one in computer science and one in public health. And we chose those programs because those are in high demand and there are good jobs for graduates of these programs. So we were very proud to launch those programs. And not only did we launch new programs, we're also changing the way that we teach and making it much more responsive to student needs and being even more flexible than we have in the past. Historically, as you know, Excelsior has been an online institution, and now we're moving into hybrid modalities. But we're not going to sacrifice the convenience and the power of online. What we're going to do is we're going to augment it. We're going to supercharge it. So we have a new executive MBA program that combines the flexibility of online education with immersive on-the-ground experiences that bring the curriculum to life in very applied real-world settings. And so that those immersive experiences will actually be offered in 3 separate parts of the country. And they'll be relatively short, 4 to 5 days apiece. But the goal is to take the curriculum and to bring it to life with industry leaders who are doing very relevant things that highlight the curriculum. Another milestone in our transition from Excelsior College to Excelsior University is that we are in the process of becoming a doctoral granting institution, something that Excelsior has never done. Our first doctoral degree will be the Doctorate of Business Administration, DBA for short, and that program is currently being submitted to the New York State Education Department for approval. And once it's approved, it'll be Excelsior's first terminal degree, but it will not be our last. We have a roster of additional programs that we will be rolling out over the next few years. And in addition to new programs, we're building incredibly powerful partnerships with other institutions, both other higher education institutions and with other providers that are of real benefit to the university and are a real benefit to our students and alumni. So, for example, Excelsior is partnering with A.T. Still University's College of Graduate Health Studies. A.T. Still is a major leader in healthcare education, and we're partnering with them to offer an expanded learning ecosystem for those who are members of the Excelsior community, including our alumni, who want to pursue master's or doctoral degrees in healthcare fields that Excelsior currently does not offer. And what's really nice about this for our alumni and our staff and our students is that they will, because of this partnership, they will get a tuition discount from AT Still. So if you want to know more about this, you can certainly contact our student services teams and get more information about that. Just last week, we announced a new partnership with an organization called OPSWAT. And OPSWAT Academy is a global leader in critical infrastructure protection cybersecurity training. And this dovetails perfectly with our cybersecurity programs. And so through this partnership, Excelsior students will have access to specialized cybersecurity training with OPSWAT Academy. And those who are currently in OPSWAT Academy will be able to finish their cybersecurity degrees at Excelsior. So it's a very nice reciprocal partnership. And OPSWAT is located in Tampa, but many of their programs are offered online. So again, very accessible. So this collaboration will help develop the next generation of cybersecurity professionals by combining Excelsior's nationally recognized cyber program with the experiential training that OPSWAT can provide. So we're very excited about that. In the capital region, here at home in Albany, we expanded a longstanding partnership with the Hudson Valley Community College. And we had a very nice signing ceremony in February. And what we are doing is we're providing dual enrollment degree programs for students who are currently seeking degrees at Hudson Valley and who want to go on to bachelor's degrees. So these students will be able to stay at Hudson Valley a year longer, not just the 2 years for the associate degrees, but they'll be able to stay there for an extra year. And while they're there for that extra year, they're working towards their Excelsior degree. So they'll be able to continue to benefit from some of the services at Hudson Valley and at the same time work on Excelsior degree. For instance, we have a new concurrent enrollment nursing program with Hudson Valley that allows the Hudson Valley students who are currently pursuing a nursing degree at Hudson Valley to finish their degrees, get registered, get licensed as registered nurses, and then continue on at Excelsior for the bachelor's degree in nursing without losing any credits and expediting their time to degree and making it more financially affordable. So we're really excited about that partnership. We also established important partnerships with the Workforce Investment Organization, facilitating New York State's Career Pathways Training Initiative. And this is really amazing. So the state of New York has a large pot of money for healthcare education, most notably nursing education. And what the state of New York has done is that for approved providers, which Excelsior now is, students can get a completely free ride in nursing. So they can get nursing degrees at no cost to them at all, including books and other supplies. And the only thing the students have to do is commit to staying in New York and working as nurses for 3 years after they graduate. So this is a way for New York to build its nursing pipeline and to keep nurses at home. And so we're proud to partner with the state of New York. This is our home state. And we think that this is a tremendous social benefit to the folks here in New York. So it's through these partnerships that the excellent work of Excelsior really comes to life. And one of the other areas how we're engaging with our community is through our Center for Social Justice. And this helps us really continue to build on our mission and to support a very diverse and engaged and inclusive culture at Excelsior. So the center is led by Daniel Pasco Aguilar, and it has become really the hub of Excelsior's community engagement here in the Capital Region. Daniel and the team have developed strong relationships with local community organizations to expand the work of the university throughout the Capital Region and the state. And working closely with the center, Excelsior's community engagement group organized volunteer efforts for our staff so that we can give back to the community we live in. As a matter of fact, this week is Excelsior's annual volunteer week, and it coincides with Charter Day. And Charter Day is the day when Regents College transitioned to Excelsior College. So we celebrate that day every year. And we celebrate that day and we celebrate that week. And the way we celebrate the week is by giving back to the community through volunteer efforts. And so our faculty and staff worked on various community projects, wearing Excelsior purple and supporting the community. But this volunteer effort and the celebration of Charter Day isn't just here in Albany. We have students all over the world, as you all show when you were sharing where you're joining from today. So I encourage all of you to wear your purple proudly and give back to your communities. Be a volunteer, help out, do whatever it is that you're comfortable doing and what your community needs, so that you really get engaged and take the learning that you received at Excelsior and bring it home to your community and to your region. We truly value our alumni. And to build connections with our alumni, we've been hosting a series of networking events. And Tony talked a little bit about this. We took Excelsior on the road. We were in Raleigh-Durham, we were in Houston, we were in Baltimore, and as Tony said, at the end of the month, we're going to be in Cincinnati. So if you're in the Cincinnati region, please join us. There'll be a free beer in it for you, and some munchies, and love to see you and love to talk. And then in July, of course, everybody's welcome in Albany for graduation. It is a big party. It is truly moving, as many of you who have gone through commencement well know. And it's a way to celebrate the incredible achievements of our students. So I hope that you will join us in Albany for commencement. It will be held on July 11th. 2025 is a particularly memorable year because also, as Tony said, we're celebrating our 200,000th graduate. And this is important, not just because of the number, but because of the impact that the institution has had, and more importantly, the impact that our graduates have had on the entire world. 200,000 people have graduated from Excelsior and have gone on to do amazing things. We have individuals from folks who are supporting their communities, working in important jobs, whether it's in technology or business or healthcare, to folks who have become international leaders in various fields. So we're incredibly proud of the work that our graduates are doing and the way that they are making a positive difference, not only in their communities, but in this country and in this world. So for everybody who's listening today, thank you for the work that you're doing out there and for leading the good work that you're leading. Excelsior graduates are individuals who persevere, they innovate, and they make real differences in the world. And much has changed at the institution since it issued its first diploma in 1972. But the grit of our students and the dedication to the mission of the institution hasn't wavered, and it has been truly transformative. So one last thing, and I'll turn it over to Chris, and I want to mention this to you. We know that many of our students need financial support. We have excellent academic programs. We have excellent student supports. We know we do that really well. What we often hear from students, though, is that as good as Excelsior is, they can't afford it. or they can afford it, but then they have to stop out and take a break from their studies so that they can make money and come back. So we have really doubled down on trying to provide scholarships for our students. And I'm incredibly proud to say that because the institution is doing well, unlike many higher education institutions these days, we have made available $400,000 in scholarships for the summer one term. And we've been able to do this because of folks like you. It is through our development efforts. It is through paying it forward. It is through recognizing the transformative power of education that is so incredibly important. So for anybody who has given to Excelsior, you have my truly deep gratitude. And if you haven't, it's never too late. Please help us support our students, because together, and I mean together, as a community, we can make a tremendous impact. So thank you. And I'm now going to turn it over to Chris to tell you a bit more about the great stuff we're doing in academic affairs. Chris?
Great. Thank you, David. And good evening, good morning, hello, wherever you happen to be in the world. We're so grateful you joined us tonight, this morning, this afternoon, whatever it may be. So I'm pleased to share with you, and David, thank you so much, of course, for your enthusiasm about the programs, because I am going to add even more information about those to hopefully get people excited. So maybe go to the next slide if you would. So as President Schejbal mentioned, we have been very, very busy in academic affairs and have an incredible team of faculty, full-time, part-time, academic leaders, deans, assistant deans, staff members, faculty chairs, really a fantastic group of people. And we're continuing to add to the historic talent of our faculty by bringing new and more diverse kinds of skill sets and expertise into the curriculum. So a few areas that you've heard a little bit about from both Tony and David is the new Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. And in addition to really preparing graduates for the marketplace today and offering an excellent program and experiences to prepare students for the future, a really unique aspect of this program that the faculty designed in is that students are not just learning computer languages as part of their education. They are learning how to learn new computer languages. It is a competency that I've rarely seen, if ever seen, in other university programs in computer science. It's learning how to learn computer languages. It is a really spectacular differentiator for how we are going into the market to help students move forward with their dreams and goals to become active members of the scientific and technological community. So more to come on that. We're really excited. It's already gaining great traction in the marketplace, and students are excited to get started. So next slide, if you would, Mackenzie. I'm also super thrilled about our Bachelor of Science in Public Health program, not just because my background is public health, but because the state of the world, as we know, and I'm not going to go into details on that, but things are moving rapidly around us. We all lived through the COVID pandemic. We all have become junior public health experts in the last few years as we move through an incredible health crisis, both in the US and around the world. Understanding things like vaccine efficacy, herd immunity, rates of immunization, mortality rates, all of these kinds of terms, which were largely foreign to the mass population in many ways, are now common parts of our conversation when we talk about health, disease, vaccines, and helping people to survive deadly illness. So the public health degree we're offering is a comprehensive approach, a broad introduction to the public health discipline, experience and exposure to concepts about environmental health, food security, disease and epidemiology, health policy and management, and global health issues. There will be 2 concentrations as part of the degree that focus on health and wellness and also on management and administration. It's just the beginning for us in the field of public health, and it's an exciting time to be training people and educating them in this growing and in-demand disciplinary area. So thrilled to share this with you. Much more to come as we continue on our journey to add new programs. And these 2 launched this year. There are many others in the works, but I want to talk a little bit about 2 more that we're really excited about. And you heard, again, Tony and David mention a couple of them. So if you would, Mackenzie. We are really, really thrilled with this Executive Master of Business Administration program. It is a hybrid model where students will have the opportunity to learn online for the didactic part of their education, which is the concepts, the information, and then opportunities to come together in person in 3 different locations around the US right now, where they will be able to engage in active projects, case studies, learning and applying the skills they're learning in the courses, and also integrating their work experience. This is designed for people who have some work experience to help advance their skills and to create a different model for an executive MBA that's applied to real world problems. So Albany, New York, for example, where one of the residencies will be, we look around Albany and we see all kinds of need for urban transformation. It is also the center of the political issues that are addressed in the state of New York. Albany is our capital. We are surrounded by opportunities for students to learn about politics, diplomacy, understand issues and challenges of urban transformation. It is a wonderful place, a learning lab for students to get this part of their education completed. We're also going to be offering one of the residency experiences in St. Petersburg, Florida. Many of you are aware of the horrendous impact of the hurricanes along the Florida coast this past year or so, and many years before. One of the institutions and locations we're working at is right against the Fort Myers coastline, where there's been massive devastation of the beaches and other areas. So integrating MBA skills learning with the application of those skills to real-world climate-related problems is another example of what's unique about this degree. A third is Chicago, which has many similar issues to Albany, but is also a place of great need in terms of rural health and other issues. So Chicago will too be another place where students will be immersing themselves in the community to tackle real-world challenges in teams. So this is a unique program. It's exciting to launch. More to come as we identify future sites and locations and world business and other challenges for our students to take on. Our first group will be enrolling late April, so later this month, and our first cohort will start in fall 1. If you want to learn more about it, there is a QR code here, and also please do visit our website. There's a lot of great information there. And we hope you're excited as we are to get started in this new area. Next slide, if you would. We're also thrilled, and I can't tell you how powerful this is for our community to be moving into the category of offering doctoral degrees. For those who aren't familiar, doctoral degrees are commonly referred to as terminal degrees in higher ed vernacular. But it means doctoral level degrees. Our first foray is the Doctor of Business Administration degree. It is a needed degree. It is a skill set that's critical for business leaders today to be able to apply complex problem-solving skills to real-world problems at a level even greater than our executive MBA graduates. It involves research in an applied way, applying skills in studying how things work, what causes what's related to what, how do we make decisions, how do we use data and information and combine that with real-world experience to tackle major problems. So this degree is really exciting for us as our first step forward toward offering doctoral degrees. I also want to say why it's important from a different lens. As you see in our logo, what it looks like or may look like to some, and I'll describe to you what it is for me and for many of us, it's an arrow pointing up within the context of a structure, and I would say a home. We want Excelsior to be your forever home for all of your learning and educational needs. We want this to be the place where you come to, whether it's a career change or wanting to learn new skills or needing to learn new skills, to refresh on what you've learned, or to advance in your current professional area to a higher level degree. The doctorate allows us to complete the journey from an associate's level to a bachelor's level to a master's level up through the doctorate. When a student comes to us, whether it's nursing or business or any other field, we want to be able to say to him, her, or they, we know you want to be a nurse or you want to enter into the business field and you're starting with your bachelor's or an associate's. Let us talk to you about a vision for becoming a doctor. Maybe not today, but to provide you with a clear path from your first degree to your terminal degree, a place in this Excelsior home where you can achieve a dream you may not even have had for yourself when you contacted us seeking information. That is an essential part of the story we are telling, the future we are creating, and the legacy we want to leave behind is to be the place that is the forever home for our students, to welcome back alumni, to greet new students from all over the world, and to continue to build the institution forward. So the Doctor of Business Administration is our first real opportunity to demonstrate and create that full pathway for our students. Next slide. We've also done a lot of work in revising our undergraduate curriculum. And those of you who know, we have had a very long history, a strong history in liberal arts and sciences, and a really stellar faculty who work in those areas, teaching our students, bringing the best of real world problems and solid educational principles to ensuring our students have the skills they need to be successful at the undergraduate level. General education, liberal arts, understanding civics, society, culture, how people think, being able to write, being able to communicate, all of these are parts of developing and completing a liberal arts or general education experience. We've revised our curriculum to truly align it with the competencies and skills that are considered essential for functioning effectively and contributing in the modern world. We have a cornerstone course which helps our students get ready to learn at Excelsior, where we identify and explain how we teach, how they are expected to learn, and how we can best support them in their journey. We provide an information literacy course that helps students understand how to access and utilize the tools and the resources that are available to them at Excelsior. The new parts of our curriculum are about integrating, creating creative problem solving as a core competency. The ability to tackle complex, not so complex, and increasingly complex problems is an essential competency for all people entering or continuing in the workforce today. Our faculty have done an amazing job of ensuring that critical thinking and problem solving are included across our curriculum to ensure students develop that competency in our courses. Leadership and team building is another, where students have an opportunity to not only learn, but to strengthen their competencies across the curriculum. And then conclude with a capstone course where students have the opportunity to demonstrate all of the skills and competencies they've learned. This core liberal arts experience is directly tied to the competencies that employers and community and others recognize as the most important for today's graduates. And I'm stumbling only because the next slide gives you a better idea of what I'm talking about. So what are the skills that employers value in graduates of colleges and universities today? The lists are long. but we have integrated in our curriculum opportunities for students through these core competencies I just mentioned, the many different things that employers are valuing today. Taking personal responsibility for your own development. As I mentioned, critical thinking, leadership, teamwork. Others include learning and being able to utilize technology and continuing to learn. There's a whole array that we are using as a framework for continuing to build our curriculum at Excelsior, so our students graduate with all the competencies they need to be successful. I hope this makes sense. I could talk about this forever. I have to, again, recognize the wonderful faculty who are leading this effort. We have some of the most talented faculty I've ever had the privilege of working with in my career. And I know students are receiving exceptional learning when they are in the course rooms with them. Next slide, Mackenzie. Our nursing program, as many of you know, is a marquee program for Excelsior. It's a deep history that begins with our origin story. Our nurses, among them, we count about 60,000 who are working across the United States, probably in other places around the world. They are making incredible impact and have been doing so for 50 years or more and more. Our graduates in the nursing programs are extraordinary. I want to go to a little bit about what their completion rates are, how successful they've been at Excelsior, and our continued commitment to provide innovative competency-based learning, particularly in our ADN program, our associates program, which enables students to become licensed RNs. Many institutions report program outcomes. Excelsior does that, but we're also very, very focused on every course our students take. Every time a student completes a course successfully, it's predictive of how they're going to do in the next course. And we stay focused at a very micro level on how our students are doing in their courses. Completing a course. How many are completing courses? Not just programs, how many courses are they completing? How do we dive in and support our students to ensure they are advancing in their programs? And we do that by looking at their course completion and how they are performing. At the undergraduate level, 95% of our students complete the courses they start. At the graduate level, it's 97%. These are important metrics for understanding how well our students do in the courses that are taught by our exceptional faculty. These are incredible numbers and an example of where we focus our continuous quality improvement efforts. Another important statistic is not just our students graduating with the competencies they need, but is it having an impact on their careers? We know from our students that 86% have reported some form of career advancement because of earning their degree with Excelsior, whether it's a pay increase, a promotion at work, or the ability to launch into a new career. We know right now that 86% of our graduates have experienced some form of career advancement, and we can do better. And that's the point of continuous quality improvement. These are 95, 97%, 86%. It's great, it's excellent, and we're going to do better. So I hope you remain excited about the future, what we're creating here. Happy to talk all night, but I don't think anybody would be happy with me if I continued on right now. But really, really, really proud of the work we're doing, the programs we're creating, and the work ahead to advance our mission. So ever upward to all of us, onward and upward. We know that Excelsior has been your home, make it your forever home. And we look forward to working with you. We look forward to sharing the story with you. We look forward to you sharing the story to grow our community.
Thank you so much, Chris, David, Tony. We have some time for our Q&A, so excited to see the questions that people have. I do want to say, what an exciting year of things that we're doing as an institution. I hope that everyone that's on the call tonight is listening and is like, wow, look at this. There's so much going on. I know that as a staff and faculty, we get these updates and, it's just inspirational and it's moving and exciting for us too. So I'm sure that everyone's joining in on that joy and that excitement. I'm looking to our Q&A and I don't see anything quite yet, but people are taking their time. They're absorbing some of the great stuff that you guys shared.
I hope you're filling out applications to come back and
Yes.
or tell your friends and writing notes.
Everyone's running to fill it out. We have a question. We've got a couple actually. So we have one in our Q&A and one in our chat. So thanks. Great session. Will the executive MBA be available for overseas alumni? Chris, you want to talk about that a little bit?
Sure. It does also have a residency requirement. I don't think we're there yet with overseas opportunities, but as we grow and get started, we'll be working on how to create and expand the program to include as many students as possible that can take advantage of the model.
Well,
right
but
now,
let
getting
me
started though. Go ahead, David.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I thought you were done.
No, I was just going to say, as I mentioned, we're getting started with 3 residency locations, but there's more to come. So,
well, but what I wanted to say is I interpreted the question a little differently. If you're overseas and you're willing to come and join these residency requirements here, you are definitely eligible to be in the program. And what is exciting about this executive MBA, it's a 1-year cohort model. So you can get your MBA in 1 year, 12 months. And the residency components, there are 3 of them, as Chris said. So if you can swing it and you can come back for those, love to have you.
and we're going to grow.
Right. Great. Thank you both. We've got a 2-parter question in the chat. So are there currently any plans for an AI curriculum or degree? And then the second part is, can you say more about how those who are currently working full-time will satisfy the in-person aspect of the EMBA? It's a great question.
So where to start? So yes, we're integrating AI. We're actually integrating AI into the curriculum. And while we haven't finalized our approach, we're also talking about competencies like AI and understanding AI, understanding cyber, understanding some of these big principles, and not today, but whether and how it would be integrated across the curriculum, knowing it's an important competency. But we do have concentrations we're developing for our programs that focus specifically on AI. So more to come on that. What was part 2? I'm sorry.
And that second part was, can you say more about how those who are currently working full-time will satisfy that in-person aspect of the EMBA? How does that work?
It's a residency program that will likely take place like a conference attendance over a few days during a week. Those weeks will be identified ahead of time. So just like if you went to a conference, as part of your full-time job, you would accomplish that residency in a few days with concentrated, 8 in the morning till dinner at night and working on projects with your peers.
And don't forget that if for some reason you can't take any time off, and as Chris said, it's only a few days, three times it's basically a long weekend, 3 times a year. So it's not a huge commitment. But if it is too much for you for whatever reason, we still have our fully online MBA program.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And Erin just shared in the chat some information about our computer science degree. So definitely, if you're interested in that, we've got some links in there. So David, what types of strategic partnerships are you hoping to see for Excelsior in the future?
So our strategic partnerships really go across various types of institutions. So we are working with other academic institutions that have complementary programs to our own. And what I mean by that is programs that either amplify what we already offer. So, for example, we are partnering with a couple of other schools around nursing to expand nursing opportunities throughout New York. And we're looking to establish a site presence in Florida. and potentially other states as well. We've been looking at Texas. We've been talking about California. The challenges with California are the regulatory environment is very difficult to get into, but we are looking at other states. We're also looking to partner with institutions that have programs that we do not, right? So, for example, the AT Still example that I gave earlier is an institution that has a medical school, for example, has other programs that we certainly do not offer currently. We're also working, for example, with Paul Smith's college, a really interesting liberal arts college in the Adirondacks in New York, truly in a gorgeous, gorgeous setting. And we are going to offer a joint course this summer. It'll be a 3-week course. The first week is going to be online. The second week is going to be at Paul Smith's on site. And the third week will be also online to finish it. So it will not be a heavy lift in terms of the in-person time, but it will give people an opportunity to focus on environmental issues in the Adirondacks in the field. And that's Paul Smith's strength. So we're really looking forward to that program. And by the way, enrollment in that program is limited. So if you are interested in that program, I encourage you to give us a call or send an email and let us know, because that's going to be a terrific program. And it's, Chris, help me here. It's going to be offered in August. Is that right?
Yes.
So that's coming up. Then we're also building partnerships with various employers. We have partnerships with large healthcare organizations. We have partnerships like the one that I described with OPSWAT and other technology firms. We have partnerships with federal government agencies and state government agencies. So there are a variety of these types of partnerships that we're developing. The purpose, though, the underlying purpose of all of these partnerships is to create an ecosystem for students so that they can take full advantage of all the partner opportunities that are available without losing credit and without losing time and money. We all know that for students who transfer from one school to another, a lot of times they lose credit or they end up spending more money or whatever it is. And what we're trying to do is create an ecosystem that allows students to attend multiple organizations without losing that credit or time and money.
Great. Thank you so much. It does look like we are at time. I want to say thank you again to everyone. If we did not get to your question, please feel free to share those with us via the alumni inbox. That's alumni@excelsior.edu. We will try to get those answered as soon as we can. Any last words, David, before we close tonight?
Just thank you all for joining us tonight. As you can tell, we're excited about the institution. I truly appreciate everybody's engagement and look forward to seeing you, whether it's at an alumni event or graduation or back in class.
Thank you so much. Have a great night, everyone.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Have a great night.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye.